Alright guys, how you doing? I'm Down200Town. This is going to be a how-to drift tutorial for non-turbo Nissan cars. Alright, your Sylvia Qs, aka Nissan 240s, cars like that, because it takes a lot more skill to drive a car around Suzuka, let's say, with only 209 pound-feet of torque. I'm going to show you what type of Hoonigan skills that take for you to do something like that and show off in a room. Especially the lobbies, when people go, oh, yeah, I got 700 horsepower, what you doing? Like, yo, I only got 209 and you couldn't even top me. So this is what I'm going to show you this for. Let's get to it. Garage. I already have the car queued up. What I did was, I went and bought a Nissan Sylvia Qs from the dealership previously. I'm already sitting in it, as you can see. 130 horsepower, 124 pound-feet of torque. 355 performance points, 16,000 miles on the car. I'm going to show you how to build this car to where you can do really good drifting on Suzuka, get yourself doing tandems, stuff like that. Now let's get to it. Alright, there we go. 209 pound-feet of torque, just like I said. Transmission. Alright, let's do these custom gear ratios. It already has a really good final gear, which I'm pretty okay with keeping. Thing is though, top speed 137. I think it might be good right where it's at. We're going to actually put this down to 130. There you go, because you're going to need really tall gear ratios, really quick gears for a car that has almost nowhere near enough torque is what you would actually use. Sure. Alright, there you go, 5080. Just wanted to make sure it wasn't an open diff. Alright, now the suspension. Suspension's pretty simple. This, I'm gonna put this up to 3. To really get those tires out there. In the front, I'm only gonna do the 2. I got no toe angle, no nothing. That's all I put it at. Now I'll put this up to 7. Gotta make this car nice and stiff. Springs, 3.6. That's weak. I'm gonna put that up to 7.6, 8.6. There we go. I think 8.6. Get the job done pretty good. And now slam it to the ground. Stance Nation. Because what you want to get is you want to get the car really stiff. You want to get it to where there is no body roll, there is no nothing, there is no inertia from your car sitting on a tire, anything like that. You want that rear end nice and to slide like it's on water. Brakes, gonna leave them stock. Tires, they're gonna stay right there. There you go. Actually looking pretty good from when we first started. That looks a lot better. There we go. Let's go out and drift. Now the best circuit to do this with, to learn how to drift a low horsepower car, is Suzuka Circuit East Course. It turns are so long and sweeping. You're in 3rd gear the whole time. It's just steering. You just hold the throttle down, that's pretty much it, and you go. Manual tranny, comfort hard tires, traction control off. Driving line off, skid recovery off, active steering off, stability management off. Tire wear and fuel consumption, I put that on. My grip reduction on wet track / track edge, I put it to real. Mechanical damage none. I set the controller steering because I'm using a regular PS3 controller. I'm not using a steering wheel, nothing like that. I'm going to show you it's very easy to do with just a regular PS3 controller. Alright, here we go. Suzuka Circuit East Course, free run. Let's get to it. Alright, for all of you to know, if you're doing it with a controller, you can do the in-car view, but since I'm doing something I want you to really see it, and since it's a low horsepower car, I usually do over the hood view. It's a little, you can't see behind you, but if you're on the track by yourself, it really don't matter. Alright, first thing I'm going to say, I put the gears a little too tall. Minimal steering, all throttle. Not good. Alright, let's go back, change the settings. Third gear ain't nowhere near good enough. Alright, settings. You can see I wasn't going nowhere near fast enough in third. You gotta at least be able to maintain 50 or 60 miles an hour in third gear, because you want to be able to play with third gear. You don't want to be bouncing off the red limiter the whole time. So instead of 2.078, let's try let's try a 178. There we go. I'm gonna try 178. Alright, let's try again. Much better. Oh yeah, much better. You can see I'm holding it straight down. It's barely bouncing off the red limiter. Let's turn around. As you can see, it takes a second. The lag you got below 4,500 is unreal. As long as you can keep the RPM above 4,500, look at that. Honage. Perfect honage right there. You see. Steer into it when you start straightening. There we go. No big deal. Now, I'm not barely using the steering right now. There we go. I'm not getting nowhere near full lock. E-brake. Neutral steering, just let it go straight. There we go. Now just let the steering wheel go straight and throttle steer out of it. There you go. With this car, it's a lot of throttle steer. A lot. Alright, let's try it one more time. Then I'll show you guys on replay. E-brake, steer in, throttle on. See right there, I had to straighten out the steering wheel. I wanted to go straight. You gotta keep that rear end sliding. Transition, steer in, almost straightened out. Get some brake. It's alright if you hit the dirt a little bit, it's okay. E-brake. Get yourself straightened back out and on the throttle hard. There we go. There you go. Best view to show you right now what I'm talking about. You can see the front wheels. Alright, there we go. Good right there. You see I'm just trying to keep that rear end sliding out. What I'm doing is I'm not steering it with the throttle right now. What I'm doing is I'm using steering to throw the rear end back out. So I'm counter steering left. But then once I feel it start gripping again, you counter steer, you steer it back right. So that way you throw your rear end back out and then you can lightly apply counter steer to the left. See right here, here's a good example. See every time boom, then you see me go straighten the wheels, and I throw them back out to throw the rear end back out. And here I'm full throttle here. I said hitting the dirt's okay. As you see there, I straightened back out. I didn't have enough speed going into the corner with, because I hit the dirt. But as you can see, once I got my good speed up, there we go, some great honage right there. Because you're not power drifting this car at all. What you're doing is you're sliding it around the corners, and you're keeping your momentum up with this car. This is not a car that's going to save you if you accidentally, you didn't hit the throttle right, you didn't steer in right, you're going to crash it. But that's the good thing about a car like this. It will teach you how to really subtly do throttle. It'll teach you how to set up any car in Gran Turismo and Gran Turismo 6. But it's also bad things because you're gonna mess up a little more often than normal, but it's alright. What we call this here is a missile car. As you can see right there, barely any steering. Barely any steering, because I had it perfectly right. The momentum of the car, everything. So I barely had to give it any steering response. As you can see right there, you see how I straightened back out? That's because I didn't throw the rear end back out. See, watch right here, I ripped some e-brake to get my car sliding over to push left, so that way I didn't hit the dirt. Other than that, that's it. I'll show you the settings list one more time. And that's it. That's how you build a Silvia Q's drift car. There you go, suspension settings. Rear camber is at 3, rear toe angles at 0.20. Front camera is at 2.0, toe angles at 0. Ride height slammed all the way down at 20. Spring rate 8.6 for front and rear. Dampers 6 front and rear. Dampers 6 front and rear. Anti-roll bar is 7. I'll show you the tranny again. There you go. Custom tranny. Top speed 162. Final gear stock 4.11. I put it up to top speed 162, but then I manually put third gear at 1.780 because it was a little too tall. So I had to, get it a little lower so I didn't hit the rev limiter as much. Other than that, good car. Good car. And weight, full reduction, 944 kilograms. That's it, guys. Thanks for watching.